guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we're watching the third episode of Wednesday. For all of you who like to comment, you talk too much. This is a commentary reaction, so it's the first time watching, but it's also a commentary. That means you're gonna see more of me than you're gonna see of the episode. If that's not okay with you, now's your chance to leave. If you're now still here, you just lost every right to complain about it in the comments. First off, no one cares. Second off, I want you. Third off, it's my channel. I can do whatever the hell I like out here. Okay? Perfect. For everyone else who's still here, hello, welcome back. I really appreciate you. I love that you keep watching these episodes with me. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into the episodes. Lean back, kick your feet up, and let's go.
And just like that, my hopes were dashed against the rocks of bitter disappointment. My foe was no psychotic killer. More like a bunch of high school clowns.
Wait, I preferred you with it on.
I love her.
After the crap she pulled in the poke-up, there's no way in hell.
After the crap she pulled at poke-up? What are you talking about? You were the one bending the rules. She was bending rules that weren't even rules. Like, she just beat you in your own game. Like, you sabotaged other people, she sabotaged you. That's it. Like, it's not like she did anything illegal or anything different than you. She just won with her methods.
Untie her.
I freed myself 5 minutes ago.
I freed myself 5 minutes ago. This is hilarious.
If I'm going to be responsible for Nevermore's demise, the question is, why am I sharing this apocalypse with a pilgrim?
Why am I sharing it? Like, why isn't not me alone doing the apocalypse? Why is there someone else who's stealing my glory?
I volunteered you to accompany the Jericho High School marching band at the ceremony.
Yay.
Sure it won't be too challenging to play a uplifting Fleetwood Mac melody?
Yeah, it will be.
As long as you promise to hang me as a witch afterwards.
As long as you promise to hang me as a witch after. I love her dark humor. I love it. I love it. It's hilarious. But also, like, you can't just play something like that with other people without, like, playing with them first and training it, right?
Are you still stewing because I rejected your invitation?
I don't know, I did go out on a limb for you.
Oh, please. I'm just cannon fodder in whatever Cold War you're waging with Bianca.
First of that, and second off, she didn't ask you to do that. It was your decision. Like, she didn't even want to join. She never said once that she wanted to join, and you were like, yeah, pleasure. And she was like, yeah, I don't want to. And now you're like, I went out on a limb for you. And I'm like, yeah, she didn't ask for that. She didn't want to join. You wanted her to join. It was your decision, dude.
For the last time Rowan was expelled, everyone saw him leave.
Have you spoken to him since?
I texted him a few times, but I never heard back.
Yeah, that. And also, just because everyone saw him leave, that doesn't mean he actually left. Cause you're living in a world of magic. It's not that weird. People could shapeshift into him. And I hate it when people are treating stuff like it's like I hate it when I'm in a magic world and people are starting to treating stuff like it's impossible. Even though it's very much possible in their world, they should know that it's very much possible. Like they should be way more suspicious about shit like that. Like, yeah, you saw him leave. Are you sure it was him? Are you sure about that? Did you ask him something only Rowan could know? No? Okay. Then don't say that he left. Especially when you didn't heard back from him.
Yeah, it's Joseph Crackstone. He's like Jericho's founding father. It's kind of a big deal around here. Yeah, look.
So we solved that already. Awesome.
Announcement.
That smile is fake as fuck.
You are about to travel back in time to the year of our Lord, 1625, to Jericho's first pilgrim settlement.
That sounds terrible. Let's go back to the worst oppression of women. Oh my god, that wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't. Like, it also wasn't like the best German ever. Like, she had a really obvious accent. And some of the words I didn't understand because they weren't like spoken like German because the accent was just too bad. But, or too strong, not too bad. But like, some of that was like really good. That was like the best impression of like the best German in like an American movie or TV show I've heard in like a while. So just for those of you who don't speak German, that was pretty good. Like, for American TV shows and movies, that was pretty good. Yeah, vomit on them, please. Yes! I mean, I hate vomit, but yes! If you had to do that, then on them, please.
Howdy, pilgrims.
Yeah, don't do that.
Remember what happened the last time we did this dance?
Oh yeah, you went on the ground. It's so stupid that he tried that again.
I don't have any friends.
Oh my god, you know what I think? I think he reminds her a lot of Paxley, of her younger brother. Like, he is a lot like her younger brother. So, this is really cute.
You remind me of my brother.
Yes!
Hand it over.
I wouldn't want that. He vomited with that thing, and he put it in his mouth after he ate like a lot of fudge. That's disgusting. There's something burning in front of his feet. Oh yeah, that's the creepy girl that looks like her.
The original was stolen last month during the 2 o'clock witch trial.
During the 2 o'clock witch trial? You're telling me you're still doing witch trials for fun? That's not funny. That's nothing you should like celebrate. There were people dying there. That's terrible.
Yes! I can't believe he asked.
He did not ask, but yeah, sure.
Don't tell me you were a Girl Scout.
I can eat Girl Scouts for breakfast. Actually, I have an uncle who went to prison for that.
Wait, you have an uncle who ate Girl Scouts for breakfast? She keeps on like disappointing her love interests.
I bet this will give us some real insight. Visions are about as predictable as shark attacks.
Love it. Now she's having one.
You are a witch, a sorceress, Lucifer's mistress herself.
I'd rather be Lucifer's mistress than God's servant.
You are the true monster, all of you!
I agree.
I will not stop till I've expunged this new world of every outcast. Godless creatures.
I hate people like that. Explaining their fear of people that are more powerful than them with God. Like, I don't have anything against you if you believe in God and shit like that. I don't care. You can believe in whatever you want. As long as you don't justify hurting other people with that belief, and as long as you don't make other people or pressure other people into believing the same thing as you, and as long as you don't put your morals on other people. Because they might not believe that, and if they don't believe that, that's fine. Let them believe what they want to do. Let them do what they want to do. As long as that's fine, you can believe what you want. That's fine. If you don't want, I don't know, want to live in harmony with nature and do witch magic, then don't do it. You won't end up in hell in your belief system. Fine. Okay. I don't care. Don't do that. But like, you can't just put other people who do that and say they will end up in hell, and so you're gonna kill them because they don't do what you believe in, because they have different beliefs. I don't approve of that. Like, think whatever you want. Think whatever you want. Believe in whatever you want. But don't put your beliefs on other people. They have nothing to do with your beliefs. And that gets much more serious than I wanted it to. But that makes me really furious when people do that, and especially in movies and TV shows when shit like that happens. But also, like, in reality, we saw it happen over and over and over again, and I hate it. And we're seeing it happen in America right now with the whole abortion thing, and it's pissing me off. Because fine, if I do something that you think that I gotta go in hell for, burn in hell for, fine. I don't believe that. When I'm dead and I burn in hell, then you can say, hey, I was right. That's fine with you. I don't care, but I don't believe that. And even if I would believe it, and I could still choose to do that and be like, okay, then I burn in hell. See you there. Ugh, yeah. Let's get on with the video.
Monstrous human.
What the hell are you doing?
I was following the monster.
You saw it?
Everyone's thinking I would say no. Oh my god, Xavier's the monster! But it's too obvious. Like, the show obviously wants us to think that Xavier's the monster. And I don't think so. I'm not that easily fooled, so no, I don't think Xavier's the monster. It's too obvious and it's too on the nose.
When they happen, it feels like I'm touching live wire. I usually enjoy that sensation.
I usually enjoy that since he's so weird.
You're creating a story in your head and using visions to back it up. They're telling you what you want to see.
Are you mansplaining my power?
Yeah, he's mansplaining her power. I love that they call shit like that out so openly. Like, first when he saved her, he was like, you saved me, and then she said something about the patriarchy. I forgot what she said exactly, but like, it was so obvious. It was so a call out on that whole thing, and that whole cliche thing and stuff like that. And now she's like, are you mansplaining? And I'm like, yeah, he kinda is, isn't he? But he also does know more about your power than you do. So it's not exactly mansplaining, but it's also mansplaining, you know? Because, like, he doesn't have the power, but, like, his father has the power. So he kind of knows what he's talking about. He still thinks he knows everything better, even though she's the one who has the visions. So he's kind of mansplaining.
Something bad is going to happen and I need to stop it.
I have a tip. If you want to stop something you're involved in Nevermore, just get out of Nevermore. Leave Nevermore. If you're not in Nevermore, nothing can happen. Nothing can happen in Nevermore with you in it. It's that easy. Also, like, trying to stop it will probably make it happen, because that's kind of always how that works. I hate that they are, like, celebrating a dude who was burning witches and outcasts, and now they're making the outcasts be there at that day, celebrating that dude with them. And I'm like, he burned witches and outcasts for nothing other than that they are witches and outcasts. And you're celebrating them, and you're making the outcast celebrate you, and you're celebrating him, and you're making the outcast celebrate him with you. So wrong. I hate it. I hate it.
Now may the spirit of Joseph Crackstone be memorialized for eternity.
Please don't. Please. I'd rather not. Oh yeah, make it burn. Yes. I approve. Let it all explode. Yes, I approve. Come on, let it all explode. Come on, please. Yes! Woo! She didn't do anything. She's in there the whole time. Yeah, let him burn.
I swear on my late scorpion soul, my hands are clean.
Yeah, they are. They are. It weren't hers at all. It was Thing. She didn't do it. It was Thing who did it. I love it. Also, you've seen that she didn't do it because she was playing her cello the whole time. She couldn't have done it. I love it. But also, like, she doesn't care if you expel her. Like, you can't threaten her with anything. You can't really threaten her because she doesn't care.
Start her new chapter in the normie outcast relation.
Nothing has changed since Crackstone. They still hate us.
True. They hate you because you're different and because you're more powerful than they are. So they actually fear you. But since we don't cope well with fear and admitting that someone is more powerful than us, we turn fear into hate and bullying and shit like that. Humans are so awesome. Not.
You're unwilling to fight for the truth.
You don't think I want the truth? Of course I do. But the world isn't always black and white. There are shades of grey.
Maybe for you. But it's either they write our story or we do. You can't have it both ways.
You're exhausting.
I know.
She is exhausting, but also this discussion is so interesting because they're both right to some extent. Like, they're both not totally right, but they're also both not totally wrong. It's so interesting.
I don't tire easily.
I think Wednesday is intrigued by that.
Sugar-coated history or happy endings. But most of all, I don't believe in coincidences.
Like even like in the Once Upon a Time stories with happily ever after. Like, there's no happily ever after. You wouldn't tell me that after the story, nothing ever happens to them? Ever again? They're not fighting. They're not meeting danger. They're not facing off enemies. You want to tell me that there's nothing ever happening to them again? No. No, just no. So, something like that doesn't exist. How does she know the code? She's not a part of the whole Nightshade thing, right? But also, I'm right, something's up with her.
A clue. And 3 are proof.
Oh, is he like a Medusa? Yeah, he's a Medusa. Okay. Okay, so he has snake thingies on his head.
No!
Oh, damn. He didn't stand you up. He kinda turned himself to stone. Damn. They can actually turn themselves to stone? That's just terrible. That's really inconvenient. Shouldn't it be like with snakes that you are like... You can't poison yourself with your own venom? Like, shouldn't you be not able to like turn yourself to stone? Like, shouldn't you have like a mechanism to resist stuff like that, to not get a victim of your own power? That's weird.
The sheriff thinks they only exist behind the walls of this school. The truth is, there are monsters everywhere.
He's the monster, isn't he? Like, for one, like, we know that he has some dark secret. Secondly, he was the only other person except for Xavier that knew where she was. Because he pointed her there in this episode. So there was that. He could have been that, and we know that Xavier isn't it, because like that was too obviously for them. And now we have this whole bathtub scene with like the monsters are, and she's talking about monsters aren't only behind the walls but also outside, and he's the only other person outside that we know more about. He's the monster, isn't he? I feel like he's the monster. He didn't set you up, darling.
They hide in the shadows until no one is looking. And then they strike.
And now he has a scratch wound. I'm sorry, that's too obvious. Also, why would he have a scratch wound if he would be the monster? Would he like scratch himself? That makes no sense. No, the whole thing with Tyler is a little bit more subtle. I think it's Tyler. Okay, that was the 3rd episode of Wednesday. Yeah, I have to say I'm pretty sure now that Tyler is the monster, because they were like pointing us towards Xavier with the whole footprint thing and stuff like that, and the scratches on the neck, but it kind of seems too obvious for me. Like, that just seemed too obvious. It just seems like they're trying to get us in that false trap. But also then we have Tyler, who's like, we know that there's something up with him, because like he has those codependent sessions with the therapist. Xavier said that he and his friends are jerks, but we haven't seen him being a jerk yet. Also, we have him like screaming in the tub just about now, when she was talking about there not only being monsters inside of the school but also outside. And he is the only person outside of the school that we know more about. And then we also have the fact that he, apart from Xavier, was the only one who knew where she went. He was the only one who could have followed her to that thing in the woods, to that house ruin thing in the woods. Apart from Xavier, who was, like I already said, too obvious. Also, he was also there when she ran after Rowan. Just realized that too. We have that weird relationship that he has with his father. And then we have also the point that he is obviously one of 2 love interests of her, and obviously the one that she has like a little bit more interest in, I guess, or she will have a little bit more interest in him. And if you ever seen any TV show ever, like the guy that the girl, like if you have like a love triangle or get in general like a mystery with a monster, and there's a guy and the girl falls in love with that guy or is interested in that guy, most of the time that guy has a dark secret, and the dark secret is that he's the monster. Like, that's basically like the recipe for every TV show ever. So that's also that. And we also have the fact that Tyler is absolutely boring. Like, he's so fucking boring. He's so boring. Like, everything that we know about him till now for certain is absolutely boring. And the few things that are not boring, we only get hit at for like one sentence, and that's it. So there has to be something deeper with him. So I'm pretty sure by now that he's gonna turn out to be the monster. But yeah, we will see how that whole thing progresses and if I'm right. And yeah. Also, the redhead is obviously redhead Nomi teacher is obviously up to something. Something's not right with her either. And we found out that Crackstone is an asshole, which is not surprising because he's the founder of that city that has like a whole world named Pilgrim World that's dedicated to him. So it's not at all surprising that he's an asshole. Because that just screams for him being an asshole. Yeah. So that was the third episode. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I hope you liked it too. I hope you liked my reaction. And I hope we will see you in one of my next videos again, or at least in the next episode. Over here, we will find the first episode of Wednesday. My reaction to the first episode of Wednesday, if you haven't already seen it. If you have already seen it, over here you will find my most recent video. Go and watch that. And yeah, until then, bye guys.